Everybody, this is old Stu, converting oxygen into carbon dioxide on a daily basis. And how are you all doing? Hope you're doing good. Well, there hasn't been any information released in Abby and Libby's case. Everybody knows that. And people in the commentaries are starting to get a little rude with each other because so much time has passed. So since there's nothing really to report that's new, I'm going to go back a year to an interesting question and answer session that Robert Lindsay did with somebody. Yeah, Robert Lindsay, the Freudian journalist. Well, it was a question and answer session, I think in March. I think it's just a year ago. The answers that Mr. Lindsay was given to these questions, was giving to them, were from the people connected with law enforcement and people connected with the family. Okay, so this is all public domain stuff. It's been out there in text. I transcribed it over, and what makes it interesting is it's lengthy, and it might. I'm hoping it'll jog somebody's memory. By hearing some of this stuff, you'll know, if you haven't been keeping up with the case, you'll know what was in people's mindset at the very beginning, and how much of that, what was uncovered then, still is out there. But I'm just going to go ahead and play the tape, let the tape roll as I transcribe this over to from text to voice, and let me know what you think. You know, some of it's not politically correct. Yeah, in the commentaries, let me know. So, okay, we're going to go. This is Robert Lindsay's creation. I'm just putting it out there. So let's hit play. Okay, Robert Lindsay question and answer session. Okay, let's start. Profile is of the unsub who murdered Abigail Williams and Liberty German on 2/13/17. Question: are the Evansdale crimes and the Delphi murders connected? Answer: I do not believe so. Two separate perps, but there are some similarities. Both were done by sociopathic men aged 50 to 60. Girls were removed to a vehicle in both cases. In both cases, girls were taken to a structure where they were kept for a period of at least 12 hours, raped, tortured, and killed. In both cases, girls were returned and dumped to an area near water. In both cases, bodies were covered with leaves. Both killers were divorced men with at least 2 children. Both men blend in very well in the community, and few, if any, suspect them. Question: was the killer from Delphi or the surrounding area? Was he from Indiana? Answer: no. Was the killer from another state? Answer: yes. Did the killer commute to commit the crime and then commute back home? Yes. If the killer does not reside in the area, how do they know the area of the crime so well? The killer is a former resident who lived in the area for many years and now lives in another state. However, he grew up in and around the town. Does the killer know Ron Logan, the Mears, their neighbors, and the area of the bridge and creek? He knows people, properties, and neighbors like the back of his hand from growing up in the area. Does he have a criminal record? Yes, long record of mostly minor crimes with some jail stints. Has he been to prison? At least once, for unknown period of time on a relatively minor charge. In what state did he acquire his criminal record, jail, and prison stints? Answer: Indiana. Is he employed? Answer: probably not. May collect some sort of government check just as disability. What was his former occupation? Much of it is unknown, but one position was in industrial agriculture. What is his opinion of the police? Very low. Thinks they have it in for him due to a long minor record. Is he an outdoorsman, such as a fisherman, hunter, hiker, naturalist, etc.? Absolutely. Loves the outdoors. Does he engage in the pursuit of land and water game such as fish and game animals? Absolutely. Avid outdoorsman. What is the fanny pack? Outdoorsman's pack. Either a deer kit with scissors, knives, etc. for cutting up game, or a fisherman's pack with fishing line, knives, etc. What is the significance of the pack to the game? Knives, scissors, fishing line, etc. possibly used in the crime. Outdoor knives, either hunting or fishing, were surely used. What was the purpose of the knives? Answer, sadly to cut up the girls, which sadly I believe was done. Can you elaborate? Answer, not sure, but reports of mutilation of the girls probably involved the use of the knife. What do we hear about the down the hill audio? The next thing you hear at some point later is the girls screaming. Where does this take place? No doubt at the bottom of the hill. What happened down there? Answer, he got them down the bottom of the hill where a vehicle was waiting. At that point, I believe he struck them in the head or face with the gun, a bit of that, and they were stunned enough to where he and a probable accomplice tied and gagged them and then put them in the vehicle. Where in the vehicle? Probably in the trunk. How many vehicles were used in the crime? 2. Where were they located? One at the north end, which is what bridge guy used to approach the bridge from the south side, and a second vehicle at the bottom of the hill on the south side. With 2 vehicles, there must have been at least 2 men, right? I do not see how it could be done otherwise. Description of the car on north side of the bridge used by bridge guy to approach bridge from north side. Late model, white Dodge Dart with paper plates. I call them temporary tags. Question, determined how? Answer, female witnesses. Confidence level is car description, very high at the moment. Why? Statements of individuals. How new was the car? Personal, I feel it was a brand new vehicle. Who were the 2 men? I have an idea of who the man on the bridge is, but I know nothing about any accomplice. Really. How do we know the handgun was used to strike the girls and knock them half out? Answer, the FBI was swabbing the gun barrels of residents who live in the area. Why? Looking for the girls' DNA on the barrels. Conclusion, gun was used to hit the girls. Is the killer left or right-handed? The man on the bridge is absolutely left-handed. That is certain. How do we know? He has a gun strapped to his chest by way of a holster on the right side pointing upwards. Such a setup would only be used by a left-handed man. How do we know he had a handgun? Answer, you can see it outlined in the bridge guy photo. How old is bridge guy? 50 to 60 years old. Does he walk with a limp? I think so. Why? Looks like an arthritic or injured knee. Does he have mobility issues? For a man his age, no. He is very active. How tall is bridge guy? 5'8" to 5'10". How much does he weigh? 170 to 180 pounds. Has he always had a paunch? No, he has been in great shape his whole life. That paunch is a recent middle-aged development. Is he a pedophile? No. Is he a helophile? Doubt it. What is his age of attraction? Probably normal. Maximum attention to mature females aged 16 plus, like any other normal man. What is his sexual orientation? Heterosexual. Is he masculine, feminine, or in between? Typically very masculine man from the area. A bit of badass, tough guy, uses foul language and has a rough way of speaking. Psychiatric diagnosis? Apparently sociopath, in my opinion. Question, general vibe? Answer, looks normal to others, but I know sociopaths. that he would appear rather sneaky, devious, unreadable, slick, bad boy, naughty, playful, outlaw gleam in his eye, rebellious, appears to be holding something or keeping some sort of secret. General feeling of what you see is not what you get. Can he seem warm, friendly, etc.? Very much so. Chameleon. Very hard to figure out. Actor who sees life as a series of roles. Life theme? Answer. You can't win. They've got it all in for me. Life is a game. I'm fooling them. Haha. Also redemption from previous failed life. Redemption meaning what? He thinks he has turned his life around from a lifetime of mistakes and is now on the right track. Finally, however, he desires to get the best of them. Finally, however, his desires get the best of him. Question, verbal style? Answer, versatile. Can seem sentimental, poetic, and moving. Fools you into thinking he is a person who cares deeply about life's small and kind wonders. Feeling towards children? Loves them, strangely enough. Married or divorced? Was married, hence the kids, now divorced. Easy or messy divorce? Very messy, and I do mean very messy. Same with the Evansdale killer. Child custody issues? Major issues in this area. Same as Evansdale killer. Altercations with ex-wife? Yes, same as Evansdale killer. Relationship with ex-wife? Extremely hostile, same as Evansdale killer. Ex-wife fears him? Answer, unknown, quite probably. Any special preoccupation with young teenage girls? Unknown, possible, but probably not. Sees teenage girls and grown-up women as versions of a mature female, old enough to bleed and old enough to breed, etc. Rage towards females? Seems apparent with the crime, but is otherwise not obvious in his life. Motivation? Answer, same as Evansdale killer, sociopath, sexual sadist, rape, murder, serial type. Serial killer? Serial type, but unknown if he has other victims. Were these his first killings? Unknown, no known other killings, quite possibly first killings, as hard as that is to believe. Commuted how far to commit the crime and return home? Answer, 100 to 200 miles. Travel time commuting to commit the crime and return? 2 to 3 hours. Resides in what state? An unknown state neighboring Indiana. Gang ties? Possible from prison, possible Iron Brotherhood. Determined how? Can't say right now. Has to do with his hands. Tattoos? Unknown. Not obviously visible. Question, in his 50s, how did he negotiate that scary bridge? Answer, grew up in the area. Bridge area is like his backyard. He probably traversed it many times. Also very fit from very active life despite bad knee. Physical condition? Excellent for age due to outdoors life. Active outdoor life. Capable of fooling people? Answer, very much so. Academy Award winner. Life is a series of roles. Friends suspect him of bad things? Do not think so. He has a decent circle of warm friends, tough, hard outdoors, badass men of about the same age who think he is completely on the up and up. He's fooling them all. Sexual peculiarities noticeable to wives or girlfriends? Unknown. May have hidden his sexual sadism. Why? Answer, very sneaky, devious, underhanded, conspiring, and plotting fellow. Most actions are well planned and plotted, little spontaneously other than rages. Question, violent temper? Answer, regularly and very much so, generally verbal, sometimes threats. Displays hostility to women? Sometimes verbally, but typically for a tough guy, hard man, redneck, ex-con, working class, outdoors, redneck type. Jokes about rapes or threats of rape towards women? Sometimes veiled, but common for his type. Racist, white supremacist? No. Brotherhood ties, but rarely, if ever, makes any radical or racial remarks. Probably joined Brotherhood for self-protection in prison. Often comes across as anti-racist, even a coastal liberal variety. Politics? Answer, quite liberal, sort of an aging hippie type, unusual for Indiana. Drug user? Answer, marijuana, yes, enjoys it a lot. Drinker? A former very serious problem, present status unknown, maybe sober now. Smoker? Yes, smokes cigarettes. Smoked during crime? Answer, I believe so. How do we know? Cigarette found at scene, possibly his. Can comments, remarks, and speech be trusted? Answer, absolutely not. Pathological liar. Truth is mixed in with lies and fabrications to the point where he believes his own lies and even gets caught in them. Reaction if caught in a lie? Answer, temper, rage, ranting, veiled threats by way of angry language. Appears normal, even like a nice guy or regular guy? Answer, very much so. Question, good friend? Answer, can certainly play the role very well, charming and disarming. The more you get to know him, the more harmless you think he is. Takes responsibilities for actions? Answer, no, blames others for everything. When at fault, blames others, attacks others, and then claims to be acting in self-defense. Behavior in court? Shameless, pathological, defensive, lying, blaming others. Question, other defenses? Excellent at distracting people and directing their attention away from what is important. Red herrings, minor details, fussing, wrong turns, wrong directions, irrelevancies. Conversational defense? Denial, rage, rants, redirection, especially. Question, Liberty's phone recovered by police? Answer, I do not think so. Which, if I may make a comment on that, they got the data from the cloud that she had uploaded, so I don't know if they ever actually found her phone. I don't think they have it. Video and audio? Answer, from cloud. Question, disposition of the phone? Answer, found on Libby, possibly resulting in final rage attack, double garroting of her that nearly decapitated her. Disposition of phone? Answer, retained by killer, destroyed, and disposed of. Location of phone? Never left Delphi, disposed in Delphi. Found by law enforcement? Extremely doubtful. Recoverable by law enforcement? Quite probably. Location of phone? Near crime scene, but buried deep. How deep? 10 to 20 feet plus. Recovery feasibility? Difficult, but quite possible with sufficient resources. Data available on phone? All data destroyed. Condition of phone? Destroyed. Unusable, but possibly intact. It's just buried deep is all. Killer's prints or DNA on phone? Answer, no way, not possible. Recovery of phone would assist case? Answer, possibly dramatically. Question, how was knowledge of phone story obtained? Answer, no comment. Theory reported to LE? Answer, absolutely. Girls' bodies posed in odd manner? Answer, apparently. Question, why? Posing had occult or satanic overtones. Was this an occult or satanic crime? Answer, unknown, but if it was not, it may have been made to look like one. Killer specializes in wrong-way streets, red herrings, misdirection, and redirection. Satanic or occult theory status? Answer, weak. Why? Killer has no known occult satanic interests. He may have such, but it is not obvious, and if he does, he apparently hides it well, as he does with so many things. Killer's IQ? Answer, average. Street smarts, etc.? Killer is smart like a fox in terms of sheer animal diverse and utterly cunning smarts. Devious and utterly cunning smarts. He is brilliant, has a genius IQ in this type of intelligence. Education level? Answer, low. Killer is storyteller? Very much so. Entertaining in this role? Turns off some, but extremely entertaining to others. Philosophical outlook? Cynical. Humans are lousy animals driven by low, base interests, corrupt at the core. Killer's attitudes towards this? Answer. Acts offended. Plays role of offended good citizen outraged by sleazy corruption. Law enforcement communicated with Killer during course of events investigation so far? Answer. Absolutely and documented. Question. Ellie suspects of Killer as a result of conversations with Ellie and Killer? Answer. Doubtful. He may have fooled them too. He fools so many people. He is an expert at fooling people. Question. Ellie has DNA from crime? Answer. Unknown. Maybe. Question. Status of DNA if so? No match in databases. Answer. Question. Killer's DNA is in databases? Answer. Doubt it. Otherwise, there would be a match. Kill method of both girls? Garroting. Probably double garroting. Garroting material used? Answer. I have a good guess, but I will not say. Not a typical garroting item, but would work very well. Question. Baling wire from Mears barn used to garrot? Answer. I do not think so, though it was available. Why garroting? Answer. Kill method apparently intended from the start. Carried garroting supplies. Question. Intended to only rape, hurt, frighten girls and leave? Answer. No. Killed because scene got out of hand and panicked? Answer. No. Murder intended from the very start. Why did girls' throats seem cut? Answer. Garroting strangles you and cuts your throat. Difference between garroting and a knife cut of the neck? Answer. Knife cuts from the front and can decapitate. Garroting cuts all the way around but seldom decapitates because garroting material is not sharp as a knife to cut through back or neck. Condition of girl's fingernails? Answer. Blood and dirt under Libby's nails, dirt under Abby's nails. Abby's nails badly torn up. Certainty of garroting used? Answer. High certainty, confirmed by several sources close to family. Question. Unwanted pregnancy, botched abortion theory of motive? Answer. This was a great theory, the only one so far that even made sense, with good evidence to back it up by way of autopsy findings and method of attack, but the theory seems dead. This was not the motive for the killings. Abby found with stake in her? Answer. Appears so. Very strong likelihood. Why? Killer apparently discovered she was pregnant. Girl was staked to kill the fetus. Best theory. How did he find or theorize she was pregnant? Answer. Unknown. Abby found pregnant on autopsy? Answer. Strong rumor but highly disputed and white-hot controversial. Abby proven to be pregnant? Answer. Not at all, but likely was. Why likely? Abby family member strongly implied she was pregnant and the killing involved in an attempt to kill a fetus. Bridge guy seen an Abby photo on the bridge? Answer. Yes, hiding behind a tree. Question. Photo exists? Yes, will be posted, but man outlined with software. Confidence that this is the bridge guy? Answer. Very high. Color of clothing on man behind tree is perfect match for color of man on bridge. Question. Condition of girls' bodies. Answer. Abby nude, Liberty topless. Girls' clothes where? In the creek to destroy DNA. Girls suffered? Very much so. Abby most of all. Liberty's nightmare may have been mercifully shortened. Abby alive when dumped? Answer. Apparently. Time of death? Maybe 9 a.m. 2:14, 30 minutes before search started. So sad. Abby lingered after dumped? Answer. Yes, up to 1.5 to 6.5 hours. Why? Who knows? She did not lose much blood for some reason. Abby's cause of death? Exposure. Was a video made of the crime? Doubtful. Crime scene contaminated? Answer. Dubious. Searcher touched bodies on discovery? Answer. Highly dubious. Who found the bodies? Man and wife and another man. How do you know that? Answer. Documented from screenshots, conversations with searchers who found the body. Screenshots available? Yes, to be posted. Liberty's family involved? Answer. I say no. Question. S and H families involved? Answer. I say no. Question. Ron Logan involved? Answer. This is one of the stupidest episodes of the entire affair. Not as tragic as the girls, but nevertheless a tragedy. Punishments should fit the crime. Logan is a drunken probation violator. He's not the killer. The whole idea is insane. Sexual activity by the girls involved? Answer. Both girls may have well been sexually active. One certainly was, but this had nothing to do with the motive for the crimes, as thought earlier. It may have been the impetus for an attack on Abby, though. If attempt to kill a fetus theory is correct, what motive? Answer. Previous motive is trash because suspects are all cleared. Motive was apparently simple cruelty. Killer somehow found she was pregnant and tried to kill the fetus as part of the general sexually sadistic crime. Killer's attitude towards investigation? Answer. Nervous, fearful of being caught, but also sees the whole bit as laughable game of cat and mouse. He's getting a real kick out of it. This is just good times for him. He's fooling them and hiding right under their noses. Ha ha. Law enforcement stated killer may have given false tips. Accurate? Answer. Could well be. Killer involved in the investigation? Answer. Quite possibly. Why? Can't help himself. Loves the limelight. Publicity hound. Likes the idea that he is hiding right under their noses and getting away with it. This is hilarious to him. Significance of the 13th for the day of attack, day of bad luck, or occult significance? Answer. Unknown, if any. Maybe random. Significance of Valentine's Day for body dump day? Answer. Unknown. Maybe random. Significance of dates adding up to 32, an occult number? Answer. Unknown. Maybe random. Question. Significance of Evansdale and Delphi dates being exact mirror images of each other? Answer. Fascinating, but may be random. Question. Possible occult significance of killing of Abby Williams, namesake of Salem witch trials accuser? Answer. Unknown, may be random or coincidental. Time of body dump? Answer. 2:30 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. How girls taken to site? Answer. Left Mears barn and vehicle. Drove 25 yards to cemetery to southwest gate of cemetery through unlocked gate of Ron Logan's horse pasture. 10 feet to start of trail. Girls were in car? Answer. No doubt in the trunk. Question. How girls taken to dump site? Answer. By way of trail, dragged down a hill. How determined? A searcher followed drag trail to bodies. One man dragged two girls? Answer: very dubious, especially with Libby at 200 pounds. Excellent reason for the two-killer theory. Killer's actions after body dump? Answer: rapid departure from area in darkness and then 100 to 200 miles to home. Where were the girls taken after they were abducted? Answer: to the Mears barn. At what time? Probably 3 p.m. or so. Were Ron Logan and the Mears home? Answer: both were gone. Did the killer know this? Answer: it seems like he must have. How did he know this? Answer: no idea, but I believe the killer was extremely familiar with the area, Logan, the Mears, and their neighbors having known and lived